And it all comes down to this. The state high school basketball championships right here in Texas in San Antonio. We'll get you warmed up for all the action. The boys are heading to the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. DFW has plenty of teams looking for state glory, so let's preview the Metroplex's 6A teams going to state in the Louisiana Hot Sauce Hot Zone. North Texas has 2 out of the 4 teams in the 6A semifinals, but if you're thinking about an all-DFW championship game, well, think again. Plano East and Mansfield Lake Ridge will be facing each other in the Friday state semifinal, and begins at 7 p.m. Plano East is 38-0, and with 2 more victories, the Panthers can become the first undefeated state champion in UIL's top classification since the 2007 Duncanville Panthers. More importantly, 2 wins would give Plano East their first state championship in any sport. Last week in the Region 1 final, it was junior big man DJ Hall who stood out. Hall scored a career-high 31 points as the Panthers pulled away from Keller late in that one. But that's the thing about East. Any one of 8 to 10 players could step up and be the star at any given point. They're extremely balanced, and one of the reasons they are ranked 3rd in the nation by MaxPrep. The last Panther team to make it to state was 1994, where they lost in the semis. The core of this team has been together since they were 8 years old. So even though there aren't really any 4 or 5 stars on the roster, you won't find a squad more in tune with each other than this group. In a stacked 6A field, Plano East has to be considered the favorite, and that's something they haven't heard in Pesh country in quite some time. For Lake Ridge, the Eagles finished 3rd in a talented 11-6A, but put together a solid 5-game run, and now they're heading to the state tournament for the first time in school history. Lake Ridge is a hard-nosed defensive team and can match up athlete for athlete with anyone at the Alamo Dome. However, they have trouble overcoming slow starts, which will be something to focus on in their semifinal matchup with Plano East. The size of Hall can be countered with a couple of guys from Lake Ridge. Amare Rose and Ize Wakoma can muscle up with Hall, but they'll need their guards to lighten up the outside shooters. Amir McMillan runs the point for Lake Ridge, and it will take the right decisions by him to help the Eagles pull off the upset of the season. No matter what happens, there will be a DFW representative in the 6A Boys State Final.
Switch to Cricket Wireless and get blazing fast 5G for your entire family and 4 lines for only $25 per month each. Smile, you're on Cricket.
The Hot Zone is presented by the original Louisiana brand hot sauce. For all your game day snacks, bring the heat with the original Louisiana brand hot sauce.
We caught up with another big-time North Texas athlete on the recruiting trail, presented by Xochitl, Chips and Salsa.
Hi, my name is Kash Polk. I go to Argyle, and I play a small forward, power forward. Well, for me personally, I like the environment of the school. So a lot of the schools I have in mind right now, like Colorado State, OU, Michigan, all like the schools that are on the top of my list right now. I love their atmosphere. I love their whole like environment, the coaches, the team, like how they all like glue together. I'm mainly looking forward to a good education, good coaching, and a good atmosphere. Like, if you go look at our stats this season for Argyle, like, we were shooting, like, 35% from 3, which is it's good for high school. And when I went out, we started going all the way down to, like, 27, which kind of, like, I bring a lot of pressure towards me just by having the name or, like, the overall, like, the height and, like, the look. So whenever people come towards me, I'm getting better at still, but I'm getting way better at playmaking. So I'd say that's probably my most underrated. I love my team. I mean, we stuck together all year. I mean, last year we had the same thing happen with Jason dislocated his whole ankle. So, and it was the same exact time. So we have like 2 big setbacks back-to-back years. Next year, you're going to see us in state, 100%. So I love my coach. I love my team, and I love Argyle as a school too.
Let's take a look at the lower classification teams from the Dallas-Fort Worth area heading to state in the hype. In 5A, Lancaster is making their 8th trip to the state tournament, with their last one as a 5A team. The Tigers head up to 6A at the beginning of the school year, so they want to leave 5A with a bang and a title. Lancaster has the late game Thursday night. They'll take on Amarillo at 8:30 p.m. Dylan Battie is on a roll for the Tigers as he scored 22 and 23 points respectively in the regional tournament. The Temple commit has a chance to set the Alamo Dome abuzz with one of his show-stopping rim rockers. But more importantly for Weibo Nation is that Battie can be counted on for the clutch baskets as well. Amari Reed is Battie's running mate in the paint, and the Tigers will probably have the advantage against anyone in San Antonio in the middle. However, it will be the guard play that will determine if Lancaster will win their 3rd state championship in school history. In 4A, Faith Family is back at state, so the rest of the competition needs to be afraid, very afraid. They're looking for their 3-peat and their 4th title since 2019. Calling the Eagles a dynasty would be an understatement for this powerhouse. And much like Lancaster, Faith Family will be moving up in classification next year. So this will be the Eagles' last shot at a 4A title. But make no mistake about it, they are the odds-on favorite. Guard Isaac Williams and big man Dorian Onwucheka are the leaders of this team. They take on Stafford Thursday afternoon. In 3A, Ponder will be facing Holiday in a semifinal. The Lions are on a 26-game winning streak and hope to make that 28.
Scroll, chat, and post, and anything else you love. Do it in a jiffy with Cricket's nationwide 5G. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Warm up your game day with the authentic flavors of ancient cooking. So thin, so crisp, so good, Xochitl.
Let's take a look back at who won our defensive title belt. Plus, we'll see who might come home with one this week in the Buzz. Last week, the defensive title belt went to the Bishop Lynch girls for their performance in the 6A TAPS Championship. The Lady Friars held Ursuline to 40 points in a 16-point win. Head coach Andy Zillman has now won over 1,150 games in his legendary career. This week, keep your eye on Lancaster for a shot at that defensive title belt. The Tigers are built for this type of high-pressured state tournament because they have pesky guards and can protect the rim. If Lancaster can pull off 2 big wins, they'll get a state title and possibly a defensive title belt as well. Hey, that'll do it for today's show. Thanks so much for joining us. We hope you are warmed up for some Texas high school state basketball.